Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Osareme, and today's video we are going to be making this beautiful braided hairband. In my last tutorial I shared with you guys how to make this beautiful dress. If you're yet to see it, go ahead and check it out. It's already on the channel. So today's video is going to be the making of this hairband, so let's go ahead and get started. To make this hairband, you will need to cut out 4 pieces of fabric, 3 of these long ones here, and then you will cut out just 1 of this short piece. So I'm going to show you guys the measurements that I used for the cutting out of these pieces. Now for the long one, the longer part of the long one is 28 inches here, and then the shortest part, which is the width, is 8.5 inches. Now this is because this is a very big one that I'm making. You can reduce the width to about 6 inches if you don't want your hairband to be this big. Now for this small one, I have 4 inches by 10 inches here. So now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and fold this fabric into 2. Make sure that you're stitching on the wrong side. So fold it like this and just go ahead and make a stitch on this side. You'll do the same thing for the other 2 pieces and also the same thing for the tiny piece here. After making your stitch, you should have it looking something like this. So I'm going to turn this over now to the right side. If you turn your pieces over to the right side and it's looking rough, you can go ahead and iron it out. And then you're going to bring this fabric here. It is called fiber. You can get it from carpenters and people that make bed sheets, okay? So once you've gotten this, just go ahead and start stuffing it into the fabrics that you just folded. This is very simple. You're only going to be stuffing it into the 3 big ones, okay? Just stuff it like you see me doing like this. Make sure it is arranged evenly as you do it. I'm done stuffing all the 3 pieces now, and this is what it looks like, okay? So now the next thing we're going to do is to come to the edges here. Make sure that the fiber that you place in doesn't get all the way to the edge. You should have your fabric free there of fiber, okay? So just go ahead and align all your pieces one on top of the other like I'm doing here on this edge, and just go ahead and pin it down. So we are going to go over to the sewing machine and just make a straight stitch on this area that I'm pinning down right now. So just like I said, just go ahead and make a straight stitch here. Remove the pins as you sew. It's very simple. Stitch all the 3 pieces together at this one point. So guys, when you're done, it should look something like this. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is to start braiding on it. Now when you are making your braids, make sure that you are not braiding on this side here where you have your joining. Use this other side that is neater. Make sure it's the side that is neater, that is facing you, so that you'll be able to organize the braid and make sure that it looks neat. If you feel like you need to add fiber to your pieces, you can go ahead and do that while making your braids, okay? So I'm going ahead to braid this up. It's very simple, and as you can see, I'll just stuff in all the fiber pieces at this end, just so that only the fabric is left at the end. So once you've gotten to the end, stuff in the fiber and then arrange your pieces again, one on top of the other, all 3 of them, just like we did before on the other side. So once you've arranged them like this, just go ahead and pin it down like this. Pin it at several points, and then we are going to go over to the sewing machine and make a straight stitch on this end as well. I will just go ahead and stitch down this area just like I did on the other side. So guys, after I was done, this is what I have on this end, and this is the other end as well. You can go ahead and serge the rough edges so that it looks neat. And once you're through with this, you can go ahead and pass an elastic through the small band. The length of my elastic is 5 inches and it is a 1 inch wide elastic. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass it through this other casing that we cut out earlier. So when you pass your elastic, go ahead and use your pin to hold it down here, and then go ahead and finish it up to the other edge. So I'm going to also pin it down on this other edge, and I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and make a straight stitch on both ends to secure them together. I've stitched the elastic down with the fabric now on both ends, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to face the right side of my hairband here to face me, and I'm going to try to take the fiber away from the edge so that it will be easy for me to stitch. Now I'm placing this elastic band at the middle of this end here, and I'm going to fold the ends of the hairband fabric here, and I'm going to use it to cover the elastic. So I'm trying to take the fiber a little bit away to push it in a little bit so that this area is freer. So I'm going to place this in the middle, and I'll bring this fabric on this side to cover this area, and then use the fabric here to cover this up as well. Now I'm going to just go over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to be making a straight stitch on this area. But first, it's best to pin it down so that it doesn't open up again, because this area is quite difficult to hold down. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to make a straight stitch here. So guys, this is what it looks like after I was done making my stitch. I'm just going to trim off this excess. You can go ahead and serge this area as well so that it doesn't start opening up from there. So when you open it up, it should look neat like this. Okay, now on this other end, we are going to do the same thing towards the other side. So this is what the wrong side is looking like. Because it is very thick and we're working with a satin fabric, it's so difficult. I'm going to use my needle and thread to secure that area later. Now on this other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on the other end. So I'm going to use the edges of my hairband fabric to cover off the elastic piece, and I'll go over to the sewing machine and make a top stitch here. So my loves, after I was done, this is what it looked like at the back. And you can see the braided area looking nice as well. So this is what it looked like after I was done with everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys find it helpful. I will definitely be seeing you guys in my next video. If you find it helpful, don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section. Bye.